100 credits for a repair. They're selling no blueprints and they're not selling people at all, so we're a bit shit out of luck with that. But that's okay. Guided missile launchers, meh, kind of another problem, meh. Meh, it's all meh. Don't want any of it. Okay. No, not. Wait. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. And we're heading back to, yeah, Yofi to see if we can save Anna.
What are those Republic ships doing?
May, set up communications and send a transmission request.
Yes, sir. Sending transmission request.
The bridge terminal lights up while the transmission is waiting. A few seconds later it displays and you see a man with a familiar face. You had seen the captain at headquarters during the War Council. Jesse Bradley. Captain Isabi, we've been waiting for you. Why is that? We're here on the order of Admiral Mason. We must take you and Dr. Banner to her. We would appreciate it if you would come without resistance. There will be no blood spilling if that's not necessary. Sounds like a threat to me. Mason is a traitor. It's a warning. We'll not allow you to hand over Dr. Banner to Flynn. Before that, I would rather see you perish by our own hands. You choose. Either we do it the good way or the bad way. We have numerical superiority. It's impossible for someone like you to stand up to so many captains. You're nothing but filthy traitors.
You've chosen the wrong captain. Your loyalty will be your undoing.
We can't all adjust our ideals as conveniently as you, Bradley.
Finish them! We'll show him how a real Republic soldier fights.
The other dude's shut down currently, so I don't have to worry about him at all. Get behind this guy where his weapons can't really hit me.
You're making a mistake. Flynn will end up destroying us all.
I think the hacking drone, I think the hacking drone caused him to fire on my target, which is pretty neat. When he sees that you have wiped out the fleet, Captain Bradley stops the attack and you receive a new signal coming into your terminal. I'm sorry, Captain. I have some bad news for you. You really thought you could get rid of us so easily? Bring the prisoner. Two men come into the scene pushing a woman in chains. She looks up at you and you see her face. Anna Banner says, "Sorry, John, I couldn't do anything." You're a damn coward. Anna, damn you all. Don't you even dare touch her or you'll pay dear. Hey, this guy's flying away. That's not fair. I can't do anything in this. Yes. You don't have to be rude, Doctor. If you want to see her alive again, I suggest you follow our instructions. We'll send you the coordinates for the meeting with Mason once my crew and I are at a safe distance. I would make sure to keep all this away from Flynn's snout. At the slightest sign, the Admiral's soldiers are heading for our positions. Don't doubt that I myself will be the one to execute your wife.
Damn it!
We have to go after them, Captain. You can't let them hurt her.
Don't worry. Kendra wants you. They won't do anything to her while you're with us. We will rescue her. You have my word.
Captain, we are receiving Captain Mason's ship's coordinates.
The Hedron Gygax sector? I thought it was completely abandoned.
Kendra has gone through the trouble of meeting up with us in the most remote location she could find.
We should inform of this, Captain. Acting alone is too risky.
I know, May, but we don't have a choice. If Mason finds out we've informed the Admiral, we could say goodbye to Mrs. Banner.
Sacrificing one life to ensure the safety of many is statistically sound.
We won't abandon her, May. Let's go to Hedron Gygax.
I can see why this is mostly abandoned. Looks like it's having a hell of a time. Damn.
This is Kendra Mason, Admiral of the Interstellar Republic. We were waiting for you, Captain. We will proceed to dock the ships, and my men will escort you to me.
We can meet without your welcoming committee, Kendra.
You have nothing to fear as long as you don't do anything foolish. We have already lost a good number of men in combat, don't you think?
It won't even let me shoot. Lame. I'd like to just open fire on her. I can't even G to get closer. She's so far away.
Establishing coupling protocol. Waiting for response. Request confirmed.
You enter Mason's ship with Dr. Banner. As soon as the boarding gateway lowers, a few guards receive you to guide you to the bridge. Some of the men you see were familiar faces from meetings with the Republic. To a greater or lesser extent, those people who now pointed at you as they led you to their leader had been former comrades in combat. Seeing the Interstellar Republic in that state caused you deep sorrow. The Children of the Sun had not only wiped out the vast majority of their captains, but had fragmented the unity you had shared for decades. It does not take you long to reach the gate of the bridge of command, through which they make you pass. You cross the threshold, and John runs towards his wife, who is unharmed, next to Kendra. They embrace each other in tears. Honor, are you alright? Have they hurt you? Not at all, John. Admiral Mason has ensured my well-being since I boarded the ship. What are you trying to do with all this, Kendra? The same as you, Captain, is to be peace. A safe universe for all. I know you don't trust me, neither you nor any of your crew, but you've still come to listen to what I have to say. Bradley took John's wife as prisoner. Kendra gazes at Bradley, who is standing behind her. Forgive Bradley. He's strong and loyal, but he's a complete idiot. We didn't mean for you to worry, Doctor. We've taken Anna for her own good. The Children of the Sun are looking for you. They know that the Republic has found you in Zaya. As long as Nartos tries to find you, I'm afraid all your relatives are in danger. What a coincidence. It serves you to bring us to you. Our priority has been to keep Dr. Banner out of the reach of the Children of the Sun. Bradley has not been very gentle, but he has definitely served to bring you to us. I apologize again for the forms, but we needed to meet face to face. What now? I'd like nothing more than for you to join us, Captain Isaby. Flynn has betrayed us all. That man has conspired against the Interstellar Republic and deserves to pay for his betrayal. It seems to me that we have different ideas about who conspires against the Republic, or what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? Think about it. How did the children know where to find the remains of the Genesis? How did they anticipate the attack on Tesset Stella? Admiral Flynn had been playing both sides all this time. The Interstellar Republic is in a delicate situation. We need all the trusted captains by our side. You summoned me to battle at Tesset Stella under false pretexts. I did what I was supposed to do. After the War Council, the children were informed of our plans. Our ships detected signs of the approaching fleet, and there was no time to discuss the implications of the attack. What was certain was that we had to act before the Admiral knew of our plans. What if we refuse? In that case, you'll be my prisoners until you change your mind. I do not intend to expose the Republic any more than it already is. I know you are an honorable man, just like Scott. If you swear to fight by our side, I will allow you to join us in battle. The time has come. The true defenders of the Interstellar Republic must unite and end the enemies infiltrated into our own base. For the safety of the universe itself, we must destroy Admiral Flynn and expel his followers from headquarters, even if it costs us our lives. I will not attack the headquarters. Do what you want with us. Kendra Mason seems somewhat disheartened by your response, but not enough to hesitate when she sends you and your crew into prison. The men behind you are aiming at you while they escort you to the ship's cells, alongside Dr. Banner and his wife. I'm sorry, Captain, but you're too high of a risk for all of us. The sound of lasers hitting the hull flood the ship. A huge jolt shakes the corridor through which you run, causing you to fall to the ground violently. The reinforcements had arrived. You take advantage of the confusion to headbutt the man who follows you, and quickly the rest of the crew do the same. The combat alarm mix of the shots the ship was receiving from the outside deafens you as you advance through the chaos of the gangway to board your ship. Running from one side to the other, you find part of the Vice Admiral's crew while the specialists try to defend the ship with the squadron that is besieging them. Protect Banner and must get him out of here. Oh god, alright. Suppose I should have medbayed somebody. Whoops. Not a huge fan of the roll dice mechanic. It's simple enough and I can understand why they've done it, but I don't know. Not a huge fan of it. Not entirely sold that this is the best way to do things. I think we killed the guy who had the one attack, so they didn't end up doing anything. And now they just don't have enough attack points to do anything. Cool. You advance through the corridors, opening fire while escorting John and his wife. Luckily, the battle outside the ship keeps Kendra Mason's troops busy, and you reach the boarding gateway. As the gate opens, you maintain containment fire, preventing the guards from hurling themselves at you. You enter the ship and close the gate, but not before launching a grenade that makes it impossible for them to follow you. You all run to the battle stations while Banner accompanies you to the bridge.
The prisoners have escaped! Don't let them get to Flynn alive!
Protect Banner's ship! Must hold until the Admiral arrives!
I'm just going to strafe off over here real quick, don't mind me. This guy's basically dead.
Hold on, Captain! The Admiral's on his way!
Don't do it, Captain.
I don't know where my hacking drone went. I think that maybe got shot down straight away. And this ship, I don't think I can actually damage. Because that's like Mason's ship, right? Yeah, I can't do anything to it. Nor that ship, maybe. Okay, so you guys then. Possibly. Okay, I guess I can't do anything to anybody then. Is that right? Like, do I just have to go, or? Because his shields aren't dropping. Oh no, they are. Okay.
We will destroy you, traitors! No one turns their back on the Interstellar Republic!
It's really difficult to see the numbers for their shield. So I just... I didn't think it was actually doing anything. Oh shit. Ow, that's a lot of missiles. Right side's still fine. Actually, let's switch over to weapon and shield. Alright, he's out of here.
I'm detecting the proximity of the Admiral's ship nearby.
Admiral, Flynn's here.
Don't let them hand Banner over to him.
Protect the captain's ship. We must secure his escape from battle. Captain, head immediately toward us. We must get John out of here.
I'll do what I can. Yeah, this guy's dropping. He's out of here. Let's go engines and shields so I can catch up a little bit. I sort of distanced myself from battle a bit too much, I think. Come on, Hack. Yeah, Hack got him. Nice. And this is the ship that won't take damage. Yeah, okay. So, we'll board this guy or stand next to him or whatever. Weaving through the gunfire, you get close enough to the Admiral's ship. Instantly, you see Flynn addressing you through your personal communicator. Captain, we must get Dr. Banner out of here. Your ship doesn't have enough power. We must get him aboard the Arcadia. It's impossible to proceed with the coupling. We'll open the boarding bridges. My men can cover us for a few seconds. You'll have to jump aboard with the doctor. That was crazy. Even if you managed to put on your suits before you get blown up, keeping the ships close enough to allow you to jump was unthinkable. It's crazy, sir. We can't. Listen to me, Sabi. The man on board is the only one capable of requiring Genesis. Our last days are perceived to rival the Children's Fleet. If he is captured, Nartos will have killed the last hope of the Interstellar Republic. I know I'm asking you for the impossible, Captain, but we have no choice. Jane Scott has always trusted you, and I will do the same. Prove us right. I'll do it. You get up running while you take Banner, pulling his arm. I'm not leaving here without Anna. You grab John by the front of his jacket to stop Cole to look him dead in the eye. I swear on my own life that we'll get her out of here, Banner. But now I need you to keep your cool head. But now I need you to keep a cool head. Oh, God. I can't even hear myself think from all the gunfire. If you die, not only will your wife die, your friends, your neighbors, all the people you know in this universe will die. John remains silent for a few seconds as his eyes begin to redden. Alright. You're ready. We won't get a second chance. You put on your suits and go down the gateway while you give the crew the last instructions. You must wait for the right moment. A couple of centimeters less would be the end. With great skill, you stabilize the ships while the battle continues. The pilots, helped by the Mai systems, approach little by little until leaving the gangways aligned in front of each other. On the other side, you can see Flynn on the bridge, who directs the operation from his suit's transmitter. It's time, Captain. Help Banner jump. You look at the bridge for a few seconds as the words of Kendra Mason pass through your head. How did the Children of the Sun know where to find the remains of the Genesis? Just jump. It's fine. You're in the rear while John Banner assures the jump. Flynn gets as close as possible by reaching out. Banner rushes the Admiral's walkway where he picks him up. Well done, Captain. Get back to the ship. We must finish Mason's soldiers. John's scream is coming from your suit's transmitter at full volume. Immediately you feel intense chest pain that makes you have to hold onto the bridge to avoid falling into the void. I don't think so, Captain. Daryl holds his gun pointed at you as you try to assimilate what has happened. We got him, Admiral Nartos. Open the hatch. Immediately, the hatch begins to open. You won't make it out of this alive, Captain. Your face is even more ridiculous than Captain Scott's when he saw Admiral Nartos and I finish off his useless crew. Man. That idiot followed my orders to the last detail before the Stellar Summit, the most powerful ship in the Interstellar Republic, doing my errands while they finished tests at Stella's headquarters. The only thing I regret is that she died without knowing it was all my doing. Flynn aims as he can while wrestling with Banner for the final shot. An explosion in the Admiral's hand leaves him unharmed. Surprised, you look in the direction of where the shot came from and see a shower of lasers falling on Daryl's board bridge, forcing him to back up inside his ship. It's the crew equipped with pressurized suits. Some of them open fire as they head towards you. Specialist King says, "Sir, we must go back inside." Follow the crew on board. The battlefield freezes. The terminals of all the captains of the Republic are illuminated, confirming your fears. Emperor Nartos begins to speak. Soldiers of the Republic, I know you are tired of fighting, tired of risking your life, tired of the constant lasers and gunfire happening all around you at a deafening volume. This is a war you can never win. You have fought fiercely and valiantly, and that is something I respect. You risked your life for your Admiral while he preferred to turn his back on you and conspire with the enemy. A true act of cowardice typical of the Republic. Deceive, coax, Empire. Is that the people you want to die for? The Interstellar Republic demands that you blindly follow a man who would cut everyone's throat to save himself, but I will let you choose. Follow me, and any captain who offers me his ship will be spared his life. Fight for me, and the universe will see the most glorious age yet to come. The choice is yours. As a token of goodwill, let me offer you a little present. Nartos pulls a knife from his belt while two men approach Flynn handcuffed. Nartos, this is not what you promised. I can still be useful. Please, Admiral. Keep looking. Without hesitating for a second, Nartos approaches and stabs Flynn twice in the chest. He pulls out the knife while Daryl collapses and shakes for a few seconds until he is completely immobile. There is no room for betrayal among my ranks. Let this serve as a reminder to you. Communications are cut off, leaving a sepulchral silence. The engines of the ships roar while they remain stopped until the projectile starts to combat again.
Don't underestimate us, Nartos. The Republic would never allow itself to be
taken over. Definitely can't hurt him. Fine. What about you down there?
The captain who brings me your
I can.
Handsomely. You have ceased being useful to me.
Attention, Captain! Respond to any ship that opens fire on you. Don't let them leave the sector.
There we go. Crew member wounded.
You're You're nothing but scum! We'll kill you, Kendra! You and any of your guards!
Don't make
Oops.
me laugh. You have no right to fly in a Republic ship.
There's too many of them, Admiral. We can't focus the fire on Nartos.
That guy we can't
At this rate, they'll get away.
attack. So there's another ship way up there. Jesus, what the hell are you doing way up there? He's so far away.
This will be your grave, Admiral. We will never meet again.
We'll find you, do you hear me? You'll pay for what you've done to us.
Admiral, Flynn's ship is preparing to jump.
So much for the
Okay.
Interstellar Republic, Mason. Seeing the faces of your comrades felt by our hands is the most rewarding thing I've done in my military career.
Okay, listen here, you. Stop that. Stop that now.
Damn it, kill the rest of the traitors.
Don't let Mason and the captain get out alive.
And one of you I
We'll
can
help
hurt.
the children of the
Not
sun
sure
get rid of
which.
cowards like them.
I don't think it's him. Is it this guy? Can I... Yeah, like way too close to him, but yeah, this guy can attack. Okay. And then let's go engines and shields. Try to get involved over here away from this guy who we can't hurt, although his health is dropping. Maybe I can hurt you now? Okay, yeah, he's out of here. Fine.
Enemies beaten. Captain, are you alright?
Some of those captains had been instructed with me.
We don't have time to mourn the dead, Captain. Head for our ship immediately. I think we have much to discuss.
We should kill them now that we have the chance. That fool has given the universe to Nartos and his people.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Bradley.
Okay, yeah, I lost track of who was invincible and who wasn't. It's, not the most clear thing. And then, like I said before with the little shield numbers, UI scale doesn't affect those, so it's just like this little blurry number that I can barely read, and it's really difficult knowing if that's changing or not when my projectiles hit. So, I don't know, it's tough. Not so easy. You go into the bridge with your head low and meet Mason. The anger had gradually turned to guilt, knowing that it was you who had handed John Banner over to Flynn. You meet Kendra and some of her crew who stand waiting for you. Bradley runs to meet you, grabbing you by the collar of your jacket. Bradley says, "Fool, we told you what would happen. You exposed us to Nartos and his people." I'm not up for your nonsense, Bradley. Bradley gets furious and you prepare for his answer when Kendra speaks. That's enough, Bradley. But Admiral, this man, I said that's enough. You guys have a good share of the blame. You respond immediately. None of this would have happened if you hadn't tried to capture us. We should have finished you when we had the chance. None of this would have happened. I address Bradley once more. You try to remember. Maybe you and your men should go back to the training camp before you try to kill your own teammates. We've become proud. Reduces luck by a level. Aww. That doesn't matter anymore. Nartos has Banner. We can't stay here fighting each other. We can still stop him, but we need your help, Captain. Admiral, are you going to trust him after all that's happened? More than in many, Bradley. If there's one thing the captain has shown, it's that he is a loyal person as well as a talented soldier. What can we do? At the moment, we have some time. With Banner captured, they will soon begin to reinforce the militia. They will be more, and they will have a greater capacity of destruction. After the last battles, our army has drastically reduced. We will need more ships as soon as possible. Kendra was absolutely right. The Battle of Tessa Stella had already been catastrophic enough, and the fact that the survivors of the same side had killed one another had undoubtedly been the masterstroke of the Children of the Sun. Where are we going to get an army? We'll start by recruiting new captains as soon as possible. In the meantime, it will be your job to call to arms any ally in the Interstellar Republic may have. The universe is in danger, captains, and this time the enemy is too big to be able to stop them alone. The first thing will be to secure the headquarters. We must prepare the remaining ships and plot the offensive. We will meet there, Captain. Alright, Admiral. So now the main mission is Walk of Shame with new sectors unlocked. Go to the headquarters of the Republic in the sector ClosetYeti and meet Kendra Mason. But we can also... we can go all the way down here to Bitmiggy, apparently. Recruits, contracts, repairs, shipyard, systems, blueprints, repairs, systems, blueprints, repairs. Let's go to Memoria Asta. Because the shipyard from before that I was looking for, it might be on the planet, perhaps. I didn't check the planet. So I'd like to see if this system's got a shipyard. We'll see the station. We'll check the station and we'll see if the planet's got it, if the station doesn't have it. Commercial zone, another commercial zone, and a hangar. So the top commercial zone is an event. It's always a pleasure to get off the ship and breathe fresh air after several days of travel. Most of the crew have other matters to attend to, which means you'll have to manage provisions. You decide to take Ashley. The girl hasn't left you since you picked her up in Sector 8, and going to the market to buy supplies doesn't pose much of a risk. She takes you to the city. We could stop and do some shopping. 4403B's dresses are said to be gorgeous and of the highest quality. Nonsense. We're buying supplies and then we're heading back to the ship. It's almost impossible not to waste time. Ashley stops at every store and seems to enjoy wasting time. She gets a chuckle or two out of you while you attempt to put on a serious facade. You wonder if it'd be better to let her join your crew. Despite her ironic and carefree nature, she has a contagious joy about her. She has also made good friends amongst your crew, and yet you still don't know what is waiting for her back at her home. But what is definitely clear is that she refused to talk about it, no matter how hard you tried. Perhaps you could take advantage of her good mood now to pry deeper into her background. You never told me where you're from. None of that, Captain. I'll tell you in due course. In the meantime, let's enjoy our day. Captain's orders, goddammit. Come on. With a continuous waste of time, the night falls on you, and you make your way back to the ship. You walk through an empty street when all of a sudden you hear a sound and a pinch of your right arm. You look down at your arm and see an injector hanging out of your tricep. Run, Ashley. You wake up to splitting headache and dry lips. You try to get up, but something stops you. Once your eyes get adjusted to the light, you see a brown woman standing in front of you. You're finally awake, Captain. We have a few questions for you. You're tied up in a metal chair. You hear shuffling sound from behind you, and turn to see the back of Ashley's head, struggling to no avail. The woman approaches you and removes the gag. Now that you're more comfortable, let me ask, who are you? Straight up, I'm Captain Issaby. The girl is traveling as one of my crew members? I mean, she already knows who I am. A shock runs through your body. Your muscles tighten and you clench your jaw. The woman cuts the electricity and you return to your senses. The twitching in your back has stopped. Ashley's last name comes down on you like a jar of ice water. That girl was the daughter of Gary and Janet Fox, two of SMC's 10 board members, one of the most powerful corporations in the universe. You had the pleasure of meeting her mother at one of the Republic meetings where she attended as the corporation's emissary. You had inevitably been forced to deal with her in future situations. The woman addresses you again. I'll ask again. What's fucking Ashley Fox doing aboard an Interstellar Republic ship? I don't know anyone by that name. Another jolt shakes you. This time it lasts a little longer, leaving you partially stunned. You hear an unfamiliar voice coming from the corner of the room. Ronald says, "Stop it, Triss. You'll end up killing the girl. She won't get us any miserable credits if she's dead." "Come on, Ronald, let me kill the captain. He's no good to us anyway." "Just wait, would you? We still don't know if the children will offer us anything for his head. This piece of trash could be important, so why would he be escorting the daughter of the Fox?" You finally faint. You open your eyes again and give a pained sigh. All this was real. You hear agitated muffles from Ashley as she shifts about trying to loosen her bonds. You have to get out of here. Leaving the ship with Ashley was a mistake, but who would have imagined a girl you found on the verge of an overdose would be the daughter of one of the richest businessmen in the universe? If it wasn't for the serious trouble you were in, you would have left it off. You run your tongue along your cracked lips and suddenly realize that your kidnappers didn't bother putting your gag back on. We'll get out of here. Saying it was easier than attempting it. Saying it was easier than attempting it. Being tied up and having to take care of the girl, you didn't see many possibilities of escape. Of course we'll get out of here, says Ashley Fox. With the stress of trying to think of an escape plan, you barely notice Ashley speaking. You. Suddenly, you feel your bonds loosening. The young woman has managed to get out of her restraints. You look at her confused. Flexibility and an old District 8 trick. You have no idea what she's talking about, but all of a sudden you get an intense yet familiar lemony scent. Well done. The joy is short-lived. From the corridor, you hear footsteps approaching. You warn Ashley and lean up against both sides of the door. Time passes slowly as you wait for Ronald's entrance. When you finally see the cannon of a submachine gun, you throw yourself on top of him. Your kidnappers are clearly amateurs. It only takes a brief moment to subdue him and bring him to the ground disarmed. You freeze when you hear Triss's voice from the corridor. She aims her gun at you and enters the room. You take a few steps toward her and she changes her target to Ashley. Alright, Captain, you were close. Now why don't you sit down and we'll all wait for an answer from the girl's father. We'll put her hands in the air as a sign of surrender. Triss approaches Ashley, resisting as she pushes her toward the chair. As she tries to shove Ashley, she manages to evade her and empty a small pot on her face. Triss screams and you take advantage of the moment. You throw yourself at her and give her a couple of good hits before taking the gun away from her. Once she is unconscious, you tie her up with your old ropes. Ashley, you should leave. I don't think you'll like this. Ashley ignores you as she goes to the table and picks up the control and presses the button without any consideration. Triss wakes up from the shocked and begins to scream. You look at Ashley and signal her to stop, unsure that she would if you weren't there. Alright, Triss, it's our turn to ask the questions. You don't need much time to get the answers. The two would not have been able to complete the operation even if you had remained seated in that chair. Those delusional bandits stumbled upon Ashley by pure chance and improvised a plan. Regardless of having taken you prisoner, the rest was nothing but smoke. Take them prisoner. You handcuff the woman and the man lying on the floor with the intention of delivering them in some space prison. Once the accusations are presented, they would be in charge of making the weight of the law fall upon their souls. You knew they would be judged severely, even if you didn't intend to report everything that happened to Ashley. Kidnapping a captain of the Republic was not the best decision the two had made. So we have back to normal success possibilities in charisma actions. And we won the prisoners a pair of kidnappers. Party's over, let's get back to the ship. Right, so back to the commercial zone then. It's only 100 credits, like, I guess I'll hang on to them for the time being? I don't know. Full repair. They've got crew members, contracts, yeah, okay. Fine. So let's back out of here then. And head to the planet. And see what that's got. Because I'm curious about the shipyard. If you can actually buy a different ship that would have different slots, different colors of slots, and you could just like switch between these ships, kind of start to vet well. You know, just pop into the shipyard and, you know, stop by the hangar and pull out a different ship. It'd be kind of a cool thing. I'm sure there must be, well, there's a few things here. I'm sure there must be a way. The USC Stadium. The shipyard. And hangar. So shipyard. Okay. Yeah, there's the Infinite Borealis. Sky C-64. Medium-sized battleship. Low agility and acceleration, possesses exceptional hull armor capable of withstanding great amounts of damage. Usually uses a vanguard to shield less resistant ships. It's got 5 red slots and 3 green. And then there's this guy with 5 red, 3 green. That's what I've got currently. And then mercury, oxygen. Okay, that's a very long one. And it's really very good. Look at these stats. 35,000 credits. One of the warships with the most firepower from the Mercury line. The Interstellar Republic's admirals had been using them for decades due to their versatility and resistance. It has one of the best shield systems in the fleet, which when coupled with its great armor make it a very difficult ship to take down. And then that brings us back to the Infinite, yeah, so there's only a few ships. Right. Okay. Name it, paint it, and then yeah, the systems and all that. Tons of weapon slots on it. Only 2 grain slots though, it should be noted. So for me, it'd be probably accuracy and then like flak or maybe an interceptor laser or something like that. Because I'd only have 1 green weapon, then I'd probably want to get the interceptor laser because it's more of a guaranteed hit against stuff. Huh. Would like to see more ships down the road, but I'm sure that's possibly a thing. Overall though, I think I'll end it here. It's overall a really cool game, and I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it. I like the concept of it. I think the dice roll mechanic for the people combat's a bit of a letdown, especially when juxtapositioned with the ship combat that's like really free and flowing and all that. It doesn't do it to me. I would have preferred there being a slot mechanic thing for the crew members themselves, and you equip stuff onto them that influences their battle capabilities. I think that goes more in line with the current system that's in place already for the ships, and it makes sense. And it was just, there they are with the blue slots, and maybe they can also have a green slot for an accessory, or like a yellow slot or something, maybe for something different. I don't know. I think that could be improved a bit. The majority of the work on this game though is going to be fixing up typos, trying to cover up plot holes, weird flags being raised at the wrong point in time for certain missions, and all that, because it's a text-based adventure type thing. There's a lot of stuff to cover and to make sure it's legit there, and to ensure that everything's working as planned and that nothing's skipped. Like for me, suddenly going to Zaya. When did that happen? We never had that conversation at all. But that's okay though. It's to kind of sort of be expected, you know, early access and all that jazz, still in development. I like the route it's going though. I think it's really good. It's got a huge amount of potential to be something really, really good. It's also a little bit niche though, because you got the really cool ship combat and then the dice roll mechanic for the people, and then it's all text based and choices there, and it's a strange mix of things that I think a few people would be really strongly against, but I think for the most part, it's a really nice game. I like it a lot. It's absolutely something to keep an eye on, and I'd like to revisit it at some point in time just to see where it is and how it's going. It's likely I'd probably have to start a new campaign. I can't imagine the save game persisting through a lot of updates depending what they change, but maybe. You never know.